How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Derail Valley. Let's get straight into it. So I've brought my beautiful little SO60 over to the little spouty thing to see if I can fill it up with water. And as you can see here, it requires manual service. So unfortunately, I can't service it or fill it up wherever I want. So that's a little bit frustrating, but that's fine. We'll get around to that eventually. So I've already come in today and I've obviously moved the steam engine over there. I've come into the office and I've sorted out some jobs. We've got this one here, which isn't paying too badly. It's paying 16 grand, and we're going to the sawmill. So I think that's the first job that we're going to take today. I thought about getting this one as well because it's another 3 going to the sawmill. But then I need concurrent orders again, and to do that, I need to clear my fees to start with. And also it would put my copay up by $4,000, which I'm just not quite ready for yet. So I'm just going to throw that in there. I'm going to grab this one and we're going to run with this one at the moment. All right, and we're picking it up from C3I? C2I. C3I. So why have I got C3L but no C3I? Okay. It's okay, I'm an idiot and it's coming from E50. I'm an absolute moron. Alrighty, so this is my load here. I'm just going to double check that. It is HBFH97. Yep, okay, so this is my little consignment of cars here. Now, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to figure out which way we need to go to get this thing to the sawmill. So where is the sawmill? The sawmill is down here. So we want to be going out the way that we are not facing. So I need to turn the engine around. So that's fine. And okay, sweet. Okay, so first things first, what we want to do is we need to start this thing up again. So grab the shovel out and we'll start loading her up. Now it's still got pressure, it hasn't got any heat to it, so need the lighter. Light that up, sweet, lovely. Close the doors, and we'll turn the blow down on as well, just to get that warming up. Now let's check some of these cups. It's still got oil in it. Cool, we'll check the other side. They got a little bit, but we'll top them up. Right, so we've got to jump up here. We've got to turn on the dynamo. And that one for the brakes, because, you know, brakes are a good thing to have. And the lubricator. Right, so that's full. Alright. We are making steam. What we need to do is we need to open that up. Cutout's already sorted. See if we give it some chooch. Okay, so we're finally moving. Let's grab some brakes. Get her stopped on here. Right, and I'll get her spun around when I find the little house for it. I'll finish pushing her across. Right, sweet. So let's jump back up in here. Or on top of it, that works too, I guess. Alright, and take the brakes off. And we will get her moving. And we are coming in for less of a crash for a change. Normally I come in at bloody muck Jesus just about, but come on, in we come. There we go. We'll grab that hook, hook it up. Lovely jubbly, hook the hoses up. Break this in. And then what I'm going to do, because I was danger close last time, I'm going to go and hit the manual service on this loco, just so that everything's topped up on it. So I got fees, that one, get my wallet out, slap it down, pay that, and while I'm here, I've got this to hand in. Right, cool. I probably should have set my route first, but that's fine. Let's run back over to the loco so that we can get it started back up. Oh, these looking good. Right, first things first, don't forget the brakes. Don't forget the dynamo. Close the door. Jump in. Oh, good. Now we want this one. There we go. Let's get that lit back up. Remember that little bastard. We'll also take the handbrake off, so we'll just wait for the fire to come up to temp properly. Get the cylinder cocks. Keep filling her up. Sweet, so we've got brake pressure, so let's take the one handbrake off that's going to be on the car somewhere. That one there. We're still all hooked up. Lovely jubbly. Let's get a move on. We'll put this slightly forward. Listen to it. Right, so we are moving. What I want to do though is actually probably stop moving, now that I think about it, because I need to set my route still. So we're here and we want to end up down here, so I think the easiest way to go is we're going to chuck a left there, which if I remember correctly that's slow. So we'll come straight through there, then we're going to go to the left there, and left there. Okay, that should get us to the sawmill. Right, sweet. We are all set up for the sawmill now. Now we don't weigh a lot, which is good. Come on, stopping. Forwards. Alright, cool. We are moving again. Lovely. Didn't even turn the blower on. Okay, so we should be good with the drain cocks now. So I did do a bit of research and found out that, yeah, you don't need this all the way up in the corner, so that's good. So you regulate your speed here, and then this is essentially the further forward you go, the more steam you're going to use. Both a good and bad thing. If you need the power, then you can put it all the way in the corner, but for what I'm doing, I don't need all of the power that it's got, so this is a fairly lightweight load. What is it? It's 108 tons, so it really doesn't weigh much at all. We just need enough to get it moving, and then if need be, I can hit the forwards on it a couple more times to get the speed when I've got any hills. We're hearing a little bit of spicy sounds, but that's because I'm going a little bit over 20 when it's a speed limit of 23 here, so it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm absolutely in love with this game, in love with this steam loco. But it is a lot more work to keep it running, oh my god. I'm going to toy with trying to keep that on 1 or 2 notches at all times, just to keep the water up to it, I think. I'll have to keep an eye on it, but yeah, rather than dumping a bunch in at a time and hoping for the best pretty much. So we'll just keep that running. If it gets a little bit fast, then I'll knock it down a notch, and then, yeah, we'll play it by ear. So once we get around this corner here, I think I'm just about good to give it a few more beans, but I don't want to be going too fast through here because that would be very embarrassing to derail right at the start of the harbour. It's not like this is where everybody lives or anything. Right, so we are still getting some pretty scary sounds coming through, so that's fun. Let's give it a notch. So yeah, you can push this forward, it'll give you more torque at the wheels, but we don't really need more torque with such a light load, so if we can do that, we'll save a bit of money, well, save a bit of water. In turn, saving us a bit of money, so, I mean, that kind of works. So the fire temp is not great at this point in time, so because we're still going slow, I'm going to turn that on just to try and get it blowing through a bit. But I want to put this down. That's the one thing that I didn't check was what to do with the damper. Let's just knock that down a notch. Right, so we are going around the final turn. After this, once the last car's around, we can then give it a few more beans and get it moving a bit faster. We don't need it moving super fast at this stage, so I'm going to give it a couple of notches anyway because we're going painfully slow. Fire temp is dropping. Oh no, it's raising again, so slowly, cool. Got a bit more of a draft coming through. Ah, yep, because you got to have the rig open for the draft to happen and all that fun stuff. Alright. Once that last car is around that bend, I can open her up a bit. Come on. That's a limit of 50 when we get around that bend. Right, I think we're good. Let's go another one forward. So the people that I've watched always try to be at about 40 when they start this, but a lot of the people that I've been watching have been simply just doing diesel stuff, so it's a bit easier. I'm definitely going to go back to diesels and use them a little bit because, I mean, trains are cool. So we got the rig all the way up. We got a lovely white chuff coming out of it. We're only a couple of notches forward on the Johnson bar there, so we're holding speed, but if we go another one forward, you can see that it picks up a bunch of speed. Works it harder. A little bit of reading. It's amazing what you can learn. I think it was a limit of 40, so I'm going to keep it under 40. And I'm going to trust my switching was set right to begin with. Lights were over here. I don't think we really need them on at this stage. I didn't catch that sign either, so good job. So we are starting to slow down a little bit again, and that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll hit the rig forward another notch, give it a bit more power through there. And like I thought, yep, that's a 40, and that's a sharp 40 as well. That's aggressive. Oh, press the wrong button and threw my reverser into backwards. That's not ideal. Okay. So it's still got the reg all the way open. We can bump the reverser forward another couple. We've got a good speed limit now. Just look at this. Steam engines are the way to go. We are chuffing just beautifully. Just grabbing a little bit of brakes. Just to try and keep her under wraps. I feel like we are definitely going downhill at this point. Let's go off the brakes now. I'm trying to remember all of my buttons and stuff, so we got 50, cool. So we can get it absolutely beautifully chuffing along. Things are sounding a little bit spicy, so knock the reverser down a couple as well. Just need to keep an eye out for speed signs at this point. We can turn the lights off in here. Right, and we can give her back to full beans. Lovely. Yeah, I'm loving trying to figure out how to do steam train stuff. This is awesome. Absolutely loving it. It's one hell of a learning curve, but once you sort of start understanding it, you sort of figure out where you need to be and what you need to be doing. I do need to start thinking about the firebox. Yep. Close that back down. Lovely. So we have got a limit of 50 now, so we're going to slow it down. Come on. Right, cool. It's sitting just under 50. Yeah, so we've got just a smudging of a hill, so grab a little application of brakes there. So I'm holding 1.5 bar of brakes, and you can see my speed is ever so slightly creeping down. This still feels dangerously fast, so. Ooh, the scrapies are a bit nerve-wracking, but it's fine. Can let those brakes off now, and you can see we're starting to pick speed up again. Trying to keep an eye out for the speed limit sign. Take the reg off and grab a handful of brakes. Alright, so one thing I didn't do is check that we are actually gonna float straight through here, so at this stage I'm just gonna hope that we are, and if we need to change course, then we need to change course. Feels a little fast still, especially for this corner. Oh yeah, that's a crash, that's a crash, that's a crash. God damn it. That's not ideal. Okay, so that didn't go well. Let's go and damn it. Okay, so good news is it still kind of works. So it's not going to be the nicest ride for us, but still hooked up? No, we are not. Right, let's just grab a handbrake. Grab a handbrake. Let's hook back up. Okay, I think I've just broken all kinds of stuff, so let's get this thing back up. Okay, so things are still looking all... this one's derailed ever so slightly. Okay, so... Damn it. Okay, so I've re-railed that car. Let's hook this back up. Now we'll reverse it back up. Oh, my poor 060. I'm an idiot, man. Okay. So let's give that a lot more brakes. We will... Hey! Come back here. Okay, let's try that again. I can remember how to do this. Hook that up to there. That onto there. Come on. Grab that. Grab that. Okay. Grab that. How's everything else looking? Everything else is looking alright. So, $500 re-rail fee to put that back on the track. They're not going to be happy with me, but it's fine. We're fine. I think the handbrake was on this one. No. Yes, it is. Spin the handbrake around. Alright, now let's try and go. So kids, always check where you're railed to. Otherwise you might be a dum-dum like me. So we'll get this thing backed up past all those switches that I passed before. There's an DH4 there. That'll be a nice upgrade one day. The real question is, do my wipers still work? Hey, my wipers still work. That's all that matters. Alright, so now... let's switch that back that way. Jump back in here. Take the brakes off. Set the reg forwards. And give it some chooch. Come on, stopping. Give it some chooch in the forwards direction. Okay, so I found the museum, guys. I mean, it was an aggressive way to find the museum, but I found the museum. Okay, so we're moving again. So hopefully we'll be going straight through. I'm going to keep an eye on it this time. It was a crash, but I'm calling it a minor crash. So where the crap are we? We are in the C3 yard, so definitely not the right way to be going, but I think we're in City South? Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to be here either. Man, I suck at this. Okay. Let's take the brakes off, get moving backwards again. Right, so now, we'll stop this thing. Put the regulator in a forwards gear. And we'll get moving yet again. Starting to hear a little bit of sloshing, so open the cocks for a second. Alright, so now we should be going through where we want to. So we've come into, yep, here. So we'll be able to go through the loading platform and then out. Whew, okay, that's a little bit of a trap, and I like that they did that. That caught me out really good. Okay, let's get a little bit more chooching happening. Okay, now we're passing through. And we've got the passenger platforms. Unfortunately, from what I've read, there's no passenger stuff in the game yet, so that'll come at a later date. But yeah, we are finally coming through City South. There's the museum. That's pretty cool. I'm going to get into that at some point. Actually, while I'm here, what I might do is I might just slowly pull this up, and I might go and have a look and see if there are any of the museum trains here. Yeah, so it doesn't appear that there's any of the museum trains here, so what we'll do is we'll get a move on. From what I can read is there should be one like around here somewhere, or then one back next to the museum. What brakes have I got on? Sounds like I got a brake stuck on or something silly. I figured it out. I turned the dynamo and the brake thing off. Oh, that was almost a really big disaster. Okay. Now the brakes are releasing. Good. Now we can go. That's better. Slowly learning. So yeah, there's supposed to be one next to the museum. There's supposed to be one in there from what I can read, so I dare say there's nothing here for me. I would have thought I would have found one by now. I've had a bit of a look, but haven't come across anything yet, so that's fine. We'll come across them whenever we do, really. Alright, so we'll just knock that back a couple of notches because we are going spicy fast. Alright, and this is honestly taking longer than I thought, but that's what happens when you crash into a museum, I guess. So you'll have to let me know, do I need to have the museum license to get the demonstrator locos, or for them to spawn, or are they already spawned and just getting unlucky with where they're spawning? Alright, so we got a speed limit change of up to 80 up ahead, so what we can do is we can give her some jandle, because it's not like we're going around anything crazy. Alrighty, and we will continue our happy asses up this very slight incline. It's 0.9, so that's not too bad. The broken glass is gorgeous. I mean, it's not good that I've got broken glass, but the light reflecting off it, that's awesome. Hey, I can open my little hatch from here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, so we can start giving her some. Like I say, I'm opening the reverser one notch at a time, seeing where the speed lands, and then go on another one if I need it. So according to this, we're not quite halfway. With our broken ass loco going across a bridge. Must keep an eye out for speed signs. Let's just knock the throttle off because I feel like I'm going a bit fast. Yeah, see, I'm doing 45 and it feels too fast. I definitely missed a speed sign there somewhere, so it's fine. So lesson learned, never assume that you're going to be set to go straight through. Right, so we are chooching up this hill. Good thing it's a nice light load. It's been easy to shunt at least. Right, we've got a limit of 70 so we can give it a bit more chooch. There's a fire temp doing not too bad. I can drop that down a few. It's going to help get that temp back up. What's that? 80. Alright. So we will open that up, give it some coal, give it another one, and another one. Cool. Close that up. And we'll keep an eye out for another speed change. Alright, we are chooching along now. Lovely. Not see if there was a speed change for this, but it's fine. Okay, we're down to 70, but we're not doing anywhere near 70 yet. We're doing 55 and I'm still kind of climbing, so I think we'll be pretty right. But they are some pretty famous last words. Let's knock the throttle off because I can feel that we're gaining some speed. Grab a little bit of an application. Down to 50. Alright. Get the chooching going again. Just chuck her all the way up. Give her another notch on that one. Lovely. Slowly getting the hang of it, and if it wasn't just for me being an absolute moron, we'd probably be there by now, but that's fine. That's part of the fun, isn't it? Hello? Speed signs? 70. Yeah, sweet, we're good. Wait for there to be another one around the corner here. Grab the internal light again. So that says 60. So we should be pretty right. I'm going to knock the throttle off. Grab a little application just to keep the speed steady because I'd prefer to be this far under than sitting right at the speed limit, so. Okay, I didn't grab an application. I thought I did, but it's fine. I think we're going to the left. Cool. Alright, so we can open her up again. Notch her forwards again. Alright. Speed limit of 100. Let's put it all the way in the corner and get it chooching all the way for us. Definitely don't need it all the way in the corner, so I'm going to back it back a few, save a little bit of the water that we are almost out of. That would have been one way to finish this episode, is blowing this one up as well. Oh, and absolutely no steam pressure. Okay, let's just simmer this down a little bit. Oop. Oop. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why have I got no steam pressure? Got coal. Is it just because we got no water? Let's turn the blower back on. Yeah, so we've got no pressure left. Did not have that on my bingo card. Let's just turn that off. See if we can build some steam pressure. Okay, so the steam pressure is starting to come back, so we'll take the brakes off. Set that there. We'll get her trying to go forwards. Alright, so we can drag this back a long way now. Open the cocks. Do need water to be coming back in. Alright, and we need the headlights again. Can close that up. Okay, not sure what I did to lose all my steam pressure, but I'm going again. Okay, so we can set that full forward. Alright, let's get her back to chooching. Really not sure what I did to tank the steam pressure there, but I'm sure somebody will tell me. Okay, so we are moving once again, and it's a massive drop in speed, so we're not too bad there, so we'll keep her chooching along. So I think we came from 100 or an 80 or something down to a 40. I'll take the throttle off a little bit. That back down to a slow trickle. That can go off. That can go down. That's right, because I need to have this open somewhat to help with the draft. Yeah, I've just tanked the fire temp again. Okay. Alright, fire temp's coming back. Good, good. Alright. Boy, has this been an exciting trip. I've almost blown it up. I've crashed it. Almost blown it up. I've lost steam pressure. I'm hoping that is the sawmill, because boy howdy has this been an interesting one. Alright, so let's just take the throttle off. We're getting close to, oh, it's 60 now, but we're still in a 40 zone with the trailers. So we'll keep her going at this sort of speed. Just knock that forward one more. Open her up. Alrighty, we are picking speed back up again. Wasn't sure if we were going downhill or uphill, so 70, so we can really open her up. Now, I'm very aware that I am messing up a lot of very basic stuff here. Choo-choo! but that's part of the learning curve of this game, I think. Making dumb mistakes, what's that? That is a 40. We want a big application. Sweet, okay. A little bit too big of an application, but that's fine. Whereabouts are we? We are, okay, about 2/3 of the way there, so this is going to be the probably longest trip that we've done on this game so far, but that's fine. We are going downhill. I'm going to grab a little application, a little more. Just trying to, oh god, it's a 40 zone, that's right. Oh, and it's even slower here, haha! Right, and I've forgotten which way we're going. I think we're going to the left, yep, cool, so we are good. God, that's an abrupt turn. That's designed to catch people out as well. I do like the way that they troll you like that. Okay, how are we going through the back of that? Yeah, we're still going. Okay, so we can let the brakes off. Give her some jandle. Speed her up. I think that was a 50 zone, so quick. Yep, 50. Oh god, game freaked out there. And we're back down to 30, so that off. Brakes. More brakes. Okay, so we're once again going slightly downhill. An application of brakes. I'm just dancing on the brake lever here, just up and down and up and down. Jump back on the throttle. This is an interesting place to drive. Okay, and we are going downhill, so just got to keep an eye on that speed. It's only 30. This is a hell of a twisty turny little section of track that we got here. Should be right at 25. This is sharp, but alright, and then we're straight back into a 70. Oh my god. Wow, this has been an exciting run, to be totally honest with you. The brake stumped. Let's get some power back into her. That's on the other side, but I'm not sure how much I trust it, so what's around the corner? We are going downhill. Pretty sure it was a 70 zone, so I'm just going to keep an eye out. But any signs of a, well, sign. Whew, okay. How are we going? We are not far from coming into the sawmill. Grab a little bit of brakes. What are we looking at for speed limits at the switch? Can't quite see it. We are going to the left, so 40 to the left. Just grab a little bit of brakes to get us through this switch. Oh, this still feels sketchy. Starting to get sketchy fast again. Oh, and 70 zone. Oop, don't throttle into it yet. Wait until everything's through the switch. Dum-dum. Okay. Now you can throttle into it. Forgetting the basics here. Alright. Throttle out of it. Oh god, we're getting a lot of speed up here. But now we are going uphill, so get that in the corner. Still dropping a little bit, so let's knock that forward one. I mean, it is only 2%, but we're also slowing down coming through here, so. I'm kind of glad that I wasn't trying to, shift gears with the, I probably need, with the DM3 here. Okay, so we are slowing down. Cool. That's gonna need coal. Come on, close, close, close. We're going for steam. We got steam. Good. I'm gonna open that up another notch. Things we're going uphill and it's sort of lowish. Okay, so I think we are about to come into the sawmill. I think. Are we 50 around here? Yeah, so we should be going. Ooh, let's just... Just grab the brakes here and we'll see where we actually need to go. So we want this thing to go to C3I, so we want the sawmill. We have come in from here, so yeah, we want to go, to the left. And we want the C yard is to the right, to the right, to the left. Alright, so we're all queued in. So let's put a little bit of that. Dump the brake pressure. He'll start a couple 100 ton. Open up the drain for cocks. Alrighty. We are gonna just coast this in for victory. Is what I'm gonna call it anyway, because we didn't die yet. So, just double checking, we want C3I, cool, lovely jubbly. So we'll just get through here. Come on, round that. Can't see bugger all. So just pull it until we know that we're pretty right. And I reckon probably about here we can start applying a little bit of brakes. Let it bring itself to a halt. Let's close that down. Yep, we're good. Alright. Let's just grab a handbrake. We will crouch under here. Do that with the brakes. Disconnect. And just like that, nice and safely, we are at the sawmill. Now, are we going to get the bonus? Base payment 15. Yes, we still got the bonus with a minor crash. 20-something grand. We are now at $96,000. Right, that was one interesting run that we just did. And while we're at it, we have got, our job has just become a shunting job, so I'm just going to chuck that in there. So what we need to do is we need to unload exactly what we just brought in. So we will run back to here, overshoot it. Which one did I put on? That one. What's that one? We will run over here. Hook this all back up. It's only a one drop off, so it's nothing too bad. What I need to do is bring up the station map and find out where we need to take. Oh, actually, I need to bring this up. Coupled. Unload on B4L. So we want to take this backwards. So we've got her moving. We are just going to open the drain cocks just a little bit. And get her rolling on backwards through here. Should be good for the cocks. Keep loading this thing up on coal. It'll be interesting to see how much water I actually used today. I still hear water there, so... But we need to get this back past that initial switch that we went past, so... It's back a little ways that we got to go. It's not too bad though. So we've got a good clip of speed to us now. Need to get to that switch over there before we can go forwards, and that looks like we're going to be doing another hill start. It's a good thing it's not super heavy. B4L, and then where are we putting them? C4S, so we're coming back to the C yard again. Bit of back and forward, but that's fine. Okay, so we're back behind this switch here. We will switch that to the left. What I might do is we want loading bay, which is this one. So we want to be switched to the right, and this one here to the right. Sweet, and we're going in. Come back up in here. Flip this back forwards. Give it a bit of go-go to start off with. Turn that off because we're starting to lose a bit of steam pressure. Come on, you can do it. More power. More power. Alright. Cool, so we got her moving again. Lovely. Cool, and I didn't read the speed sign, so I'm just not going to take it faster here. I don't want to crash it again. I think I can hear the water sloshing, or it might just be the valve gear working. Alright, so successfully hill started. So yeah, let me know guys, what are you thinking of this series so far? I'm having a great time, even if I'm an idiot most of the time. but honestly having a great time learning how to do train stuff. Still enjoying the Steam. I'm probably going to give it another go in the next episode, and then we might go to something else, but that's perfectly fine. We're going to skip around locos a fair bit, so when I start wanting to just earn money, then I'll probably get the DH4 like everybody keeps saying to do. Well, in all the, not in my comments, but a lot of the, you know, higher, bigger, better, faster, stronger YouTubers, they always go for the DH4, and it's understandable as to why. It is just the better option for when you're doing, you know, just trying to make money. That's not far enough. Where's the little unloady thingy? Is that going to unload all of it for me? Nope, not quite. Whoop, on the roof again. Come on. Okay. Let's get her shunting forwards again. Righty, and we will pull up right around here, I guess. Alright, now are we good? So cool. Alright, and where do we want to drop this stuff off at? We want to go B4L, that's where we unloaded. C4S, so can we go forwards? Yes, we can. Alright, so we want to go to the right there. No, we don't. Haha. We want to go to the right there, so we need to get past that switch. And we want to get to C4S. So where is 4S? 3, 4S, right there. We want that one switched. And that one is good. Cool. Alright, so let's pull this thing further forwards and we'll get this job done. Wow, this feels a little spicy through here. Okay, so where is the switch that we need again? Is the next one. Okay. So this switch here is the one that we need to get past, not the one to the turntable. So I'll sneak up to it. And we are going down to, oh god. So this is, in fact, what a decline here. So I don't think we will have gone far enough. No, so we need to keep going. Come on, get in the hole. We should be able to just release the brakes, I think. Oh, okay, let's go. Okay, now that we're moving, we are picking up speed even with the reg off. Alright, so I'm going to pretend that that's going to be far enough, and we're going to go and double check yet again. Yes, alright. Flip this, go and jump back in the cab, chuck her in reverse. Oh god, fall off the track. This is precarious. Right, let's give her some jandle straight off the bat. Take the brakes off. There we go. Hill starting. Right, so we don't need the drain cocks on anymore. We'll get this thing shunted around, put into, what was it? C4S, and we'll be done-ski for the day. Yeah, like I say, I'm having a great time playing this, and I'm probably going to continue on with Steam. I do want to try and get to the 282 at some point pretty soon, to be honest. It's just, I'm loving the steam work, and just having the extra range that that thing will give and the towing capacity, it'll just be so much easier. That is a drop off and a half right there. Right. So we are chooching this thing backwards. We are plenty fast enough now, thank you. Just coast this thing in. Whoop. Looks like there's stuff in the storage hole. Yep, so there is some in storage already, so I'm going to shunt through it. Because, you know, that's the responsible thing to do. Right, we are going to close in and just give these a little bit of a kiss. Right, now we are just going to force our way in here. It's going to make it bad in future for the next job that we try and do through here. Oh god, quick, grab a brake. Brakes, 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 brakes. Brakes, 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 brakes. Alright, I'm going to shunt back further and just pull them forwards a bit. I was just going to leave it, but they got a bit of a speed up to them that I wasn't expecting. Giving it beans. Pull through the handbrake. And dump the brakes. Cool, alright. Turn that off. Gonna turn the fire off. Firebox is empty. Put a handbrake on this one. It's gonna turn the annoying buzzing off. And the brake pressure. Need to disconnect this. I don't think I need to, but I'm also going to chuck this handbrake here on, and we'll run over to the office. Probably should check to make sure everything was in, but it's fine. Chuck this in here. Another one bites the dust. Another 7 grand. And we have hit the $100,000 mark. Nice. Not without, you know, some trials and tribulations, but that's fine. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you all for watching. As usual, hints, tips, and tricks are always greatly appreciated. Until next time, be good or be good at it. And I will see you in the next one. See ya.